Greetings, everyone. Here's Lodrick, and this is the game War in the Pacific Admits Edition. This is my play by email match against KilRoy. He's the commander of the Allied forces, and for me, it is the Empire of Japan. This is now the 24th April 1942 turn, the last week of April. And we will maybe see more activity around Marcus Island and Saipan. I think KilRoy is just in the position or in preparation to take over Saipan. And here is one of my smaller mini invasion fleets getting intercepted by, or there is a ship in port where I won't normally land my troops. It's a submarine tender, but because I have an amphibious assault task force, they don't want to fight each other. And the other one is a support task force, so they both non-military setup and only try to defend and escape. And there is also something Ishijima, not so sure what it is. There was some engagement, but the task forces are not able to find each other. This is, I think, at Wake. There's a heavy cruiser formation, picking up one of my patrol boat. Yeah. Oh no, this is at Ishijima. So KilRoy was bring in some heavy cruisers. Okay. So my warning patrol ship encounter them, and here is KilRoy's heavy cruisers now at Ishijima. Somehow he was faster than my Navy scout can detect him. Maybe he go full speed. I'm not so sure. I can only hope that my destroyers can cover this task force a little. I'm losing here one AMC. And a cargo ship. Yeah, that was maybe a little too, let's say, unprepared or unescorted. I was hoping that KilRoy keep his forces here, and because I have Navy scout ships and that he don't go directly for Ishijima. And I'm not more sure if my heavy cruisers are coming or not arrived just now. He catch me in the wrong moment. Yeah, but yeah, I cannot say much more. This was, of course, a heavy mistake from my side. You cannot have a loaded invasion fleet. I have air cover, but I don't have the navy cover. And yeah, not the best day. And now they try to. This is KilRoy's cruisers trying to finish me off. The question is only, I have here patrol boats, torpedo bombers, and everything. If he don't return at night and is out of range, then I'm not sure if his ships will survive this. So, but he slaughtered my invasion fleet. But I'm not so sure what is really on board. I think this is the only Navy Guard unit, so the army equipment doesn't matter. The ships maybe matter, but nothing is really important. These are all standard cargo ships, some sub chasers, nothing too important. But at least some points for KilRoy. This, I think, was a base force. So there was, I think, two invasion fleets. One was support stuff for Ishijima, and other one was Navy Guard units. Or I sent them all to Ishijima and would unload them, and then just KilRoy show up and sink my poor ships. Naja. So it is also, oops, possible for the Japanese to lose ships, and it's can switch easily. So you always, if you play this game, I think you must always keep your mind focused and always maybe think about what the enemy can do, what is possible for him to do. Not always only expect what he's maybe doing, but sometimes you must think more worst case scenario. But of course, worst case scenario will slow down everything, and then the Japanese don't have the time and the equipment to protect everything perfectly. And I simply had normally long range Navy search missions for this kind of stuff that I hoped I detect the incoming fleet before they reach me. But no, not today. This is ongoing invasion. Still more shells in this allied cargo ships. Yeah. These two task forces still don't engage. Now I get detection. This is my second carrier fleet in the Indian Ocean. They're detecting some tankers and yeah, I think mainly tankers. These are my long-range scouting crafts, and these are H8. They have a range of 24 normally, and they can also carry 2 torpedoes. And they have armor protection, so they're much stronger. Here's a torpedo hit with no explosion. Luckily, the second torpedo make a hit. So, and the next torpedo hit. So 2 of these 3 heavy cruisers have already torpedo hits, and now much slower and cannot escape more. And we can see that they are only 4 hexes away from Ishijima. And if they are now slow with 1 or 2 hexes per pulse, then I have at least a second attack the next day. If I cannot sink them now, and you can see there are more coming. And 1 more hit. 2 more hits. New Orleans is dead. 3 hits in 1 strike. 4. Even a battleship cannot handle so much. And this is number 5. And Salt Lake City also get now a torpedo hit. So all 3 heavy cruisers are now damaged. And they, I think, doomed. So then it's a question. The ships I lost are all civilian and support stuff. The army units I can all rebuild. They cost me some points, but nothing really critical. And I can kill here 3 heavy cruisers. Is this a good trade? Maybe. maybe it's still acceptable. Of course, it's not the best trade, but New Orleans is down. Salt Lake City is down. I think there was one more cruiser. And this attack is failed. Now we have the land bombardment. And we come also in the critical moment, who win here the Battle of New Zealand. So a lot of ships all around Saipan. And I also detect this British fleet. My carriers in the Indian Ocean not attacked so far. Yeah, and my battleships still trying hunt down this British cargo tanker fleet, but I think KilRoy splits them up in more smaller task forces. And I still cannot find them. So afternoon attack, more torpedo bombers. Portland is still here. Again torpedo hit, no explosion. Luckily the second they got up. Yeah. Destroyer are not so easy to hit. So, but now it's confirmed all 3 heavy cruisers are dead. These destroyers maybe can survive and return. So many airstrikes in China. No enemy air force. Okay. These are the Dauntless is out of Pegan, attacking my ground forces. Yeah, a little damage. So I'm not sure again, but my carriers in India Ocean, they're making always search and they detect ships, but they don't detect again. I mean, I detect tankers in the morning and in the afternoon, but for some reason the commander choose not to attack. Good, more unloading at Saipan, more sinking sounds, maybe some cargo ships gets hit by coastal battery. So yeah, at least 2 more cargo ships are heavy fire, heavy damage, ready to die. Yeah, I had no time to. I was a little in the rush, so I used my Navy Guard units to take here this small base. But maybe, or just in time, there was reinforcements coming in because the defender is in ops mode. So maybe this rail unit out of Wellington just arrived here, but there's simply too many. I have a little more attack value, but it's not enough to overcome. I can destroy here the fort level, but not much more. And I think I will not be strong enough to take this enemy base. Here, my Thai forces arrive at the border, more or less, kicking back the British now. And this is maybe the last day of Saipan, so the equipment is KilRoy landing here in Saipan is increasing and increasing. And now he makes a shock attack. Yeah. In Saipan, the first real island matters. I mean, Marcus Island not is really so important, but Saipan is an island I normally must hold in the long run. I mean, similar to Marcus Island, but Saipan I think is between Rabaul, Truk, Japan. There is Saipan, so similar to Guam. If you want to have a short way of supply to Rabaul, Truk, then you need Saipan normally to keep it safe. Naja, anyway, I losing here my equipment is okay. I have to prepare a counter attack. This is Auckland. KilRoy is bombarding me. He have still some attack power left. Now he tried to kick me out of Hamilton. And this is nearly successful. I can hold the line, but the problem is I think he have tanks. I mean, he have 60 vehicles here. And he have nearly double attack value. So he can take the fort down. And I don't know, Navy Guard units are really not, of course, for this frontline duty. Yeah. Luckily, I was able to unload the next Japanese division. So in maybe 1 week, I can bring in my fresh Japanese division to help out. But it's a race against the time. I don't think that my Navy Guard units can hold the line much longer. So a very active turn, but not a good turn for me, not a catastrophic, but so the air losses are just so. I think there was nothing too special. There are a lot of seagulls dead because there are 3 enemy cruisers sinking. So I think all of KilRoy's losses are seagulls. related to the cruisers. Ships sunk last turn, first my ships, so I also lost a lot of points because the two ships was AMCs and they have simply high point values. They are normally only good cargo ships, nothing more. So I mean, this is a 18 speed cargo ship with 12 points. This is also 18 speed range. So these are more or less the same ships. A little bigger, but you get a lot of more points for this because they have a lot of guns and equipment. But AMCs, they have heavy gun equipment, but they are really only for, they're good for killing enemy cargo ships, nothing more. They are not really for frontline duty. Anyway, the time of AMCs are over. So a bunch of cargo ships, these are all the standard cargo ships, they're all not so important. These 12 points are already better. But military equipment, maybe APD is good, and the two Navy sub chasers, but okay, later I get also more of this. I mean, it is equipment, but all secondary class equipment. Nothing really important to battle. And for the Allies, they are small sinking, but at least these three heavy cruisers are dead. And these are New Orleans cruisers. This is a good one, I would say. Salt Lake City is a little older style, but you can see roughly 1,000 tons less. If it's a good trade, I don't know. It's just so, I would say. No activity in China, so no change. Everything is still stable. My Thai forces are slowly arriving and now taking the long or the slow road over the mountains and then arriving in Mulmine. Then after I link up with this, I can maybe attack in Rangoon. And then hopefully end this campaign. All of this Dutch East Indies are quiet. Philippines is quiet. There's nothing more. There is one or two submarines. Sometimes I can detect them, but most of the time they are not successful in really messing up with my cargo ships. And here is now 3 task forces split up, going west, and I'm not so sure if I really want to run my battleships for this kind of stuff. I tried to catch them, I think, already 2 days. For some reason, the commander don't want to really go in, because he have normally the option to go full speed. He don't want to go full speed. Here are 2 ships. I think they are tankers. My carriers are here, ready. And I'm thinking I'm ready to strike. Normally, I'm Navy strike. I detect them. But several storms. But I can make recon missions. Yes, but no strike missions. I don't know. Anyway, or the commander choose that 2 ships are too less to attack. I don't know. And New Zealand. I have this sighting, but I'm not so sure what is this now. If this is the damaged British carrier limping, but why he's moving east, I'm not so sure. I only know that here is a bunch of destroyers. And there are now 4 units here. I'm not strong enough to take this base. And I know that here are enough Allied forces to take or kick me out of Hamilton. Navy Guard units. They are still okay, but I have now, this is clear terrain, and I have no fort level left, so I'm not so sure. I can only hope I'm unloading, or I finish unloading. Yeah, I'm finished unloading of my Navy division. So I will first kick out this New Zealand troops. Then I must take the highway. I'm not sure if I can arrive here in time. I think for sure I will be cut And then my forces in Auckland have no supply line more from Gisborne. So I only hope I can kick these guys, then I walk here up, then I kick these guys, and then we take Hamilton, and then I can re-establish a supply line, and then I maybe can take Auckland in the long run. But I don't know if one division will change too much, so I have here still two more. The 21st and the 33rd division is also coming. This is everything what I have. Now I'm very weak in Fiji. I have here only one regiment left. But because KilRoy is focusing so much on the Central Pacific, that I hope that he don't have too much more in the South Pacific. He has a lot of ships, so many that I cannot really show them all. A lot of cargo ships, tankers, and other equipment everywhere. Here are the carriers. At least one carrier is here, and these are maybe two carriers. So these are maybe three carriers here. These are the running away destroyers. The cruiser is already dead, and my task forces are more or less retreating. These are the escort ships. This is the broken ships. There's one more ship sinking now soon. What was on board on these ships? Ah yeah, that was additional aviation support for Ishijima, and KilRoy catch me in the wrong moment. And these are the Navy Guard units. Yeah. So I think they was all on the way to Ishijima, unloading here, and to make sure that the island is well protected. I was able to unload the Navy HQ, so I have here torpedoes, most important, but the additional stuff, yeah, can happen. Not so good, but can happen. Good. Then see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.